C8 paid. Back at you with another video. And in today's video, we are going over the top 10 tips, things that you should know about that Can-Am Ryker that you just purchased. This is for the newbies. Maybe a refresher course for some of you guys that have had your bike only maybe a year or two and might not know a couple of things, but this is just a quick this ain't even a quick refresher course. This video might be a little lengthy, but I'm gonna try to get through it as quickly as I can. So let's get to it. Up first, hit that subscribe button. That's right, that's what's first. Hit that subscribe button for me right now. Go in the middle of your screen, right over to the right, and see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you are not, please subscribe to the channel right now. Let's get into the video. Y'all hear that? That's that fan. So first up is the battery. Number one is that lovely battery. This is the lithium battery. So if my battery stops, I don't need a jump. I just press the button and I'm good to go. I'm back in the game. Every time I don't need a jump, I just hit the button and it'll basically jump itself. But that factory battery, yeah, that's a little special right there. That battery does not do, in my opinion, what it needs to do overall. So I needed to get this lithium battery, and it's doing well so far. Any battery, you can't put too much, of a charge or whatever on it. But number one, first up is that battery I wanted to talk about. The tip is, I would say, try to upgrade your battery to something. Now, if you're not going to put a bunch of stuff on your bike, like lights and music and stuff like that, you don't have to upgrade it. But if you're going to do other things, yeah, it's probably smart for you to upgrade that darn battery. Number two, the fuse box. Here's the fuse box right here, right next to the battery. These are two of the most important things on the bike. And in that fuse box, what do we have here? So right, starting left to right, so at the top on the left, that is your relay headlamps. That's the relay for your headlamps. Right over next to it is one of the most important ones. If your cluster or your bike isn't starting, check that one right there. It's a 15A, and that one is the start button and the cluster. So if the cluster isn't lighting up, that's the one you're going to check. The one next to it is very important. That's for the electrical module. So if anything goes wrong with the electrical, a wire burns out, anything, that is the one to check right there. Check that 10 fuse first. Now, when people put a lot of the music and also lights and stuff on their bike, a lot of times they will put a bigger fuse in there. So that's on you. The next one over, I got a 20 in there. That one is your for your fuel pump engine. The next one over from that is a 15A, that blue one, the first 15A. That is your cooling fan. The next one is a USB. Then it is the headlamp, and then your horn all the way to the right. That 7.5 right over there. That one's your horn. These bigger ones in the second row, one is your relay for the coolant fan. The other one is your main relay. These down here, this one's a 50 going across. At the bottom, you see a 50, a 30, a 25, and a 40. The one all the way to the right, the 50A, that is your battery. The one for your battery. The pink one, the 30A, is your main. Then you have your VCM valves. And then the one all the way to the right, the 40A, is your VCM pump. So that is your fuse box explained. So we went over the battery. The fuel box is number two. I'm glad we're kind of over that. Another one, as your bike gets older, your bike starts hesitating to start. So it's either going to be your battery. It's usually not your fuse box. It's either your battery, or it's going to be this thing right here that has like the two prongs attached to it. That is called your starter solenoid relay. So basically, if you want to call it your starter, cool. That's that. So I did have to replace that one. My bike was hesitating to start. So every time I got on, I get ready to start, the bike just not starting. that's what it was. Once I replaced that, I did not have the problem anymore. And I think that thing only costs like maybe $20, but you got to know how to get in there and replace it. So yep, if your bike is hesitating to start, it's either the battery or it's that starter. If it's not one of those, then it could be something else. Number 4, I have something blocking my radiator up front. So I see so many times on different rides, the ride gets messed up because a rock or something comes back and hits somebody's radiator. So I always tell people, put something over it. So some of the newer bikes, the rallies or whatever, they have a bumper that's in front. I have this in front, so hopefully, you know, if I'm going down the road, I haven't had that issue yet, but I just try to put something in front to protect that radiator. On a Spider, the radiators are over to the left and right, so they can't really get hit like that. But on a Ryker, you can get a rock gets in there, your whole trip is over. So when I was going to Ohio a couple of weeks ago, that did happen to somebody on my crew, and like over $400 later, the radiator was replaced. Oh, refilling the coolant. So your coolant is right here. You can get that BRP coolant if you want, or you can research it and go get the coolant that's at AutoZone or one of the other ones. You can go get one of those. Now I use the one that I got from AutoZone. I will put it in one of the other videos, which one it is that I've been using. But you can also use the BRP one with no problem. But that's where you make sure the engine's not hot. Twist it, put it on in there, put it back. So that is your coolant reservoir. That thing does get empty, you know, here and there. Next up, your floorboards. So, didn't want to show that yet. So next up is your floorboards, right? So you can adjust them. You just pull this up and you can pull it back or pull it forward to adjust them, right? You just pull it forward or backwards. Another thing that people don't know, so this one is the floorboard is number 6. Number 7 is the brake pedal. You can adjust the floorboard or the brake pedal. So you can pull this up, pull the brake pedal out, and you can adjust it up or down. You can adjust the brake pedal and the floorboard to how you want them. So on my floorboard, if I, you know, put the wrench in there, loosen it, I can make this part go up or down. I just pull this out and put it in the position that I want to put it in. You can do that with the floorboard or the brake pedal. You can do it with either or. So just remember, a lot of people don't know that. So I've seen people riding and their floorboard was all the way back here. And they're like 6'2". And I'm like, what is going on? The dealer didn't tell them that the floorboard was adjustable. They didn't show them anything on the bike. So the brake pedal and the floorboard are adjustable. Sorry for repeating that, but I just want to make sure I got that out there on either side. The next thing is number 8. That's the handlebar. So you can have your handlebars up or back. So right here where you see this Can-Am logo, that's your handlebar. So you can push this thing, as you see, up or back. Most people, you know, can deduct that or see that when they see the bike, right? When this thing gets loose and it doesn't fasten, because it basically holds your handlebar in place while you're riding, you get a little small screwdriver and you twist this back and forth. But I have made a mistake and loosened it too far and it came out and it was kind of a, you know, hard to get it back in. But that's how you adjust it to tighten it if yours is loose. So that's what that is. Oh, that bike look good though, you know what I'm saying? All that red up there like that. But yeah, right here, adjusting your handlebars. Number 9. Please, we're gonna do another video on this tomorrow, but learn how to operate your cluster. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow on clusters and how to operate this, but it's important. So I'm trying to make sure you guys watch tomorrow's video. So tomorrow's video will be about the cluster on the bike. So that's number 9, learning your cluster in the different modes and how to set the time and so on and so forth. We're gonna go over that tomorrow. So that's number 9. Number 10, making sure, so the oil change on this Ryker needs to be done every 6,000 miles. You need to complete the oil change. Putting oil in here is just right here. That's how you put the oil in. You also have the filter that's in there. It's a filter on each side of this bike, so that you see how dirty this filter is, but this is a K&N filter, K&N. So all I have to do is just put this oil on it and clean this filter and wash it out, and I can reuse it. The regular filters that come with the bike, those are, you know, just paper filters. And most people say try to change those about every 6,000 miles because you do get all types of dirt and dust in it. Get in the comment section, let me know, how often do you do your oil changes? How often do you do your filter changes? Again, the filter's on both sides. The one that's over here, it goes right in there. That's where it is. So it's a filter on each side. So I got 2 K&N filters on each side of my bike, which I love, 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 love. So get in the comment section right now. Let me know if you could think about something that I forgot or didn't mention. I'm gonna do the cluster tomorrow and show you guys how that whole thing works. But so tomorrow is gonna again be about those clusters. We're gonna talk about your instrument cluster and how to use it. But if I can give you newbies one main tip, is to just enjoy your bike. You don't have to deck your bike completely out. I know you want to make your bike yours, but as you put all these lights and music and all this other stuff on it, you're just causing bigger problems for your bike overall. I promise you. So if I could do it all over again and I was not a YouTuber, I probably would just have a plain and basic bike, might have some music on it, maybe 1 or 2 lights, and that would be it. If I had learned that in the beginning, instead of trying to really deck this thing out, I would have saved a lot of time where the bike was not at the shop or me working on it because some accessory or something went out. So that's one of the biggest tips that I can give to you. That's a bonus tip. That is the main bonus tip. Be careful what you put on this bike. Please, please, please. Hit that subscribe button for me right now. Don't forget to come back and watch tomorrow. Until next time, my friends, C8 Pate out.